Hey everyone, welcome back to Beer Dogs. This is our fourth six-pack. I'm Kalen.
I'm Scott.
We're going to start off this evening with Trailhead. It's our first Fathead beer that we have tried. I think part of the selection here with some trail runners being involved in the crew. This producer that supposedly we have loves running on trails.
I know.
And
She's a trailhead herself.
And a portion of the proceeds of this beer in particular goes directly to the Cleveland Metro Parks Trails Fund.
That's a good.
So
that's
that'll
a
be
good
good.
thing. Yes, it is. So we get to drink beer and help the Metro Parks.
So our producer can go run on them.
Very good.
So yeah, how about if I open this pale ale?
Please do.
What do you know about this brewery? Since we haven't done anything with them yet, but they are local.
They are local, and this is our first Fathead product, but it won't be our last because they offer just a tremendous amount of product all across the board. They are originally from the Cleveland area, Middleburg Heights. That's a pretty good pour.
I was practicing this week.
Look at that. You're getting much better.
Yes.
Originally,
you wouldn't stop bitching about how badly I poured.
I know. You kept cheating me. But they're from Middleburg Heights, Ohio. That's where that's where the world headquarters are. And I do see that they have facilities now in Portland, Oregon, and one other place that it escapes my memory. I will put it in the comments.
Pittsburgh.
Underneath. Pittsburgh. Is it Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. All right. Thanks, producer, if we have one. Okay. Well, anyway.
So that's good. I took a sip already.
Oh, you did? You cheated.
Yeah, we've been waiting to drink for so long.
I know. Let's
it feels like I haven't drank for 2 weeks.
Trailhead. Fathead.
Smells great. Looks great.
There is a hoppy nose to it.
Yes.
It's a pale ale. It's not an IPA. It's not an India pale ale, but yet it has.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
It has that quality about it.
Do we have the beer knowledge to know what the difference between a hoppy pale ale and a Indian pale ale is?
Well, I just know technically from folklore that the India pale ale is kind of super hopped because they would need to transport the beer from where it was brewed in England down over the Cape. Is it Cape?
Good Hope.
Good Hope at the bottom of Africa.
Yes.
Or is it Horn? Horn is South America. Hope is Africa. Am I right? Am I right in that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I should know this.
Third grade geography eludes us.
It's one or t'other. It's one or t'other.
I know
but anyway,
the other one's the Straits of Magellan.
Straits of Magellan.
That would be South Africa.
I
mean South America.
South America. But anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, given all that, to get it to India, and so in order to keep the beer drinkable from England down around the Cape up to India, they had to throw all these extra hops in there to kind of keep it fresh, and that's why it became known as India Pale Ale, because of that's the beer from England that made it to India back in the day.
That sounds like a perfect explanation. How could it be wrong in any way?
I don't know. If it's going to be wrong, it's going to be wrong.
Yeah. So you talk about sailing and moving cargo. You ever been a sail person?
Does taking ferries to Put in Bay count?
Yeah, it's motorized, but
Okay.
yeah.
I have been on a sailboat twice, 2-3 times in my life. Yes.
I don't own a boat, which is strange because I think everybody by the time they hit age 40 and you live this close to Lake Erie, you have to like lose a couple of $1,000 on a boat before you sell it and then just go use other people's boats. But I definitely prefer being out on the lake on a sailboat than having a motor running to get around and just going with the wind. But I like flying kites and I like having long hair so I can just go for a walk in the wind and just nose around. So I'm very much a fan of the wind and the weather.
The wind and the weather.
So yeah, a motorboat can get you there fast, but I like the challenge.
Yeah, and I don't know if being out on the water is so much about speed as it is just enjoyment.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So, Fatheads.
You want to take a guess? Because it
Pale
is
ale.
bitter.
It is.
We mocked the international bitterness unit, but
We
without
do all
looking,
the time.
you want to guess?
I want to look. What the IBU is this?
Yeah.
Is this? I'm gonna give it a 48.
I'm gonna go higher than that. I'm gonna go with 54.
54. What does it say here?
Oh, here it is.
55.
Ah, this
Boy, don't you know what you're talking about?
I cheated.
The IBU is 55. He cheats. He short pours and he cheats. That's really all you need to know about King.
Yeah.
That and the wind through his hair thing. The alcohol by volume is 6.3, so it's a somewhat hefty beer.
Yes.
Yeah, in its 12-ounce can. It did win the silver medal for Fresh Hop Ale in the Great American Beer Festival of 2013. So congratulations.
I think fresh hop ale is a really great description for this because it is not the IPA. It's not as hoppy. It doesn't maintain. I feel like I'm not going to be tasting hops for the next hour
Right.
because of this.
It's
It's refreshing.
Does it feel like you're sucking on a pine cone?
No, it does not.
Okay.
I actually don't know. I've never sucked on a pine cone,
We
but
should
that's a
try it.
separate.
If you ever get a chance, next time you're out in the woods, maybe at the trailhead, and you see, go suck on a pine cone and see if it reminds you a little bit of a freshly hopped beer.
You realize that I'm going to suck on a
I
pine cone.
do
not just
realize
this.
that, and I do expect a report next time we get together.
Okay, cool. So what do you think?
You know, in all honesty, I've had this beer before a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I had it before my very first trail race.
Okay. Was there a
and-
little marketing deal going on with that?
No, everybody that was running in this relay team, there was 5 or 4 of us on a relay team. We all brought beer, and one of the beers that I brought was the Trailhead because I figured it would be appropriate.
Huh, okay.
And I had one of them, I think, and I enjoyed it then. I'm enjoying it now.
I'm enjoying it as well. And I'm not a huge fan of the hoppy beers.
I know that's not your strong suit. It's
No.
not your strong suit. I don't know. I mean, this is not for me. This is not a beer that I could rip through multiple cans of this in a sitting. Maybe two would be nice. 2 would be good. Then I'd be good with that. So I would give this a definite buy. But if you're going to buy a 6-pack and share it with friends. I think that's, especially if you're out on a trail, that's the way to go.
That was kind of a similar approach I was going to have. I think for somebody who's just exploring the world of beers, it's a try. But if you like hoppy beers, or you have a friend that likes a hoppy beer and you're kind of indifferent on it, I think it's a buy. I think it's a good 6-pack to take to a party. Say, hey, try this. You try one of theirs. So I'll say buy it.
Okay.
You'll definitely make it through the 6-pack, even if you're not a fan of a strong IPA. It is a pale ale mixed with IPA.
Freshly hopped pale ale.
I love the term freshly hopped pale ale, so we'll stick with that. We're both giving it a buy.
A buy and a buy.
Excellent.
Very good.
See you on the next beer.
A great way to start.